I want to tell you something that most people are too afraid to admit. Masculinity is dying. Everywhere I look, I see men stripped of their strength, their fire, their purpose. And the scary part? Most of them don't even notice. They're distracted, comfortable, entertained, but deep inside, empty. This is not just an opinion, it's a reality. And today, I'm going to tell you why masculinity is dying and what you can do before it's too late. I didn't always see it. For years, I lived like everyone else. Waking up, scrolling through my phone, eating garbage, chasing meaningless distractions. I thought I was living, but really, I was sleepwalking. And then one day, I looked around me and realized the men I knew weren't men at all. They were shells. They avoided responsibility. They feared discomfort. They lived for cheap pleasures. And I had to be honest with myself. I was one of them. That was my wake-up call. If masculinity was dying, I was part of the problem. You see, men today are drowning in comfort. Everything is easy: food, entertainment, validation, even fake intimacy. But here's the truth: comfort destroys men. Masculinity isn't built in pleasure. It's forged in struggle. Our ancestors fought wars, hunted for food, built nations with their bare hands. And what do? We fight over Wi-Fi speed. We chase likes on Instagram. We binge shows for hours. The comfort that was supposed to make life better has turned into poison. It has softened us. And when men go soft, masculinity begins to die. But it's not just comfort. Masculinity is under attack. Look at the media. Look at schools. Look at the narratives being pushed. Men are called toxic for being assertive. Strength is mocked. Discipline is seen as outdated. Boys are told to sit still, be quiet, and stop acting like boys. Masculinity is being rebranded as a disease instead of a gift. And what's the result? A generation of men ashamed of being men. That shame eats away at the very core of who we are. And that's why masculinity is dying. I've seen it happen. I've seen men turn invisible. They get ignored by women, overlooked at work, dismissed by society. Why? Because they gave up their edge. They traded discipline for distraction, purpose for pleasure, strength for comfort. And the world does not respect weak men. It never has, and it never will. If you don't stand for something, if you don't carry weight, if you don't lead, you disappear. That's what's happening today. Millions of invisible men wandering through life, unseen and unvalued. And don't think this only hurts men. Weak men create broken homes. Weak men walk away from their children. Weak men let corruption rise because they're too afraid to stand against it. Weak men allow evil to spread unchecked. The cost of weakness is not just personal, it's generational. Societies collapse not because of strong enemies, but because of weak men who refuse to be strong. I reached a point where I had to look in the mirror and make a choice. Was I going to keep living as a weak man, chasing comfort, chasing approval, or was I going to reclaim what was lost? That moment changed everything for me. I started building discipline, training my body, controlling my emotions, setting standards. It wasn't easy, it hurt, but slowly I started to feel alive again. For the first time, I wasn't drifting, I was leading. And that's when I realized masculinity isn't truly dead, it just has to be resurrected. So how do we bring masculinity back? It starts with 5 pillars: strength, discipline, courage, leadership, and purpose. If you master these, you become unshakable. Build your body, because strength is the foundation. Train your mind, because clarity is power. Control your emotions, because a man who can't master himself will always be a slave. Lead in your family, your work, your community, because men are meant to carry weight. And above all, live with purpose. A man without purpose is already dead. This is the truth. Masculinity is dying, but it doesn't have to die with you. You can choose to rise. You can choose to reject comfort, distraction, and weakness. You can choose to be the man your father wished he was, the man your children need, the man history remembers. It won't be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. Hard times create strong men. And right now, we are entering hard times. That means it's our chance to become strong again. So I'll leave you with this. Masculinity is dying, but you don't have to let it die with you. Every man has a choice. Stay weak, comfortable, invisible, and be forgotten. Or rise, fight, grow strong, and be remembered. The world doesn't need more men chasing pleasure. It needs warriors, leaders, builders. So ask yourself, will you watch masculinity die, or will you be part of its rebirth? The choice is yours. Always has been, always will be.